Welcome back, people. Today we're doing like M13 drafts, and in the first pick we see a intrepid hero, which is a solid guy for whiter drafts, especially since it gives like good answers to any of the big guys the enemy might bring out. Other cards are the Elixir of Immortality. It's a way to keep you in race against milling and also gives you life, so it's good. A 6 slime. I'm not really impressed with this card. I mean, when it comes in, it's quite late, and even though you can destroy a piece of land, it doesn't really matter that well at that time, unless your opponent's like behind that, obviously. I'm quite a big fan of the Mock Flunkies, especially if you either run like Goblin deck or multiples of these, gives like a really good strong attacking force. And last card is Arbor Elf for a mana acceleration. I'm going to go with the Intrepid Hero and see how White's gonna treat me in this particular deck. Okay, so we've got a ring, which this was not really that interesting. It gives you trample and it's good with green creatures, but the black ring is the best since it gives you regenerate. See, Muck Wader, not on colors at all, but we do have like a Knight of Glory though. It's exalted, protection from black, and it's pretty much on color, and probably the best card in this set. Not worth mention goes to the Blood Hunter Bat. It's a 2/2 flying, so it's got evasion, but also steals life and gives you a bit of life as well. I've seen people play Duty Bound Dead in an Exalted deck. I'm not a fan of Exalted, full stop. But still can take Knight of Glory just because like a protection from black. 2/1, so should be a strong card in our set. Right, so two other rings. Both of them are not that interesting. I've played like a Goblin deck a few days ago where this ring actually did come in handy, since goblins are quite meek. So attaching this ring on them actually did help me to buff them off significantly to push them through the enemy lines. Blade Spore is amazing in this format, especially if you play against not red players. You can get 3 damage in every time. Sentinel Spider, probably the best common in the set. However, I am going to stay in white for now and pick the Fine Verdict, which is salt removal and deals with pretty much everything the opponent can throw at us. So there we go, staying in white. Okay, here we probably will have to deviate from our white plan, simply because the only white cards are not that interesting at all. And we're not going to get enough permanents to make this a viable option. Going line is just bad. The Fine Favorite is alright, but it's not a card I would pick. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this would actually wheel, and we can snatch stop later on anyways. So then, other cards. We got a Beast Tracker, which is only really good if you got cards which have hexproof, etc., which we don't. Liana Shade is a very annoying card to play against, especially if your opponent is quite heavily vested in black. But I think it's the best card here. I mean, it's doubtful we actually play it since it's like double black, but again, it is the best card in the deck, I think, so I'm just going to take it. Alright, so white is drying up, it seems, so we might actually have to just switch to a different color. Black is quite well represented, so I think black might be open here. So let's consider an options. Giant Scorpion is excellent. Can deal with pretty much any land-based attack that may throw at us. There's Silent Blood. Helps us get guard advantage, or could alternatively do like 2 damage to our opponents. But also Gilded Lotus, which could help us accelerate mana. However, we don't actually need mana acceleration at the moment. We don't have any creature cards which cost a lot to justify this, so I don't actually see in a white-black deck, is what we're going for, a need for the Gilded Lotus, because we're not going to have very expensive creatures to make through. I mean, good with Liana Shade, but I'm not sure if black is either going to be splash color or... Yeah, we haven't decided which of these two colors are going to be our main and which are going to be a secondary color. So I think taking the Scorpion was the better pick there, just like a solid creature. Now here we've got, I'm not going to take another Shade, it's just 2 mana intensive to, since we have like a second color to play with. Safe Passage is a card I like to play, especially since I can either go full attack and don't have to leave any defenders behind, or if they block I can get rid of all damage they do to me and I can still do full damage to them. Trading Post, interesting. What do? Discard a card, pay life, pay 1 life, put a goat creature on the battlefield, sacrifice creature to an artifact to my hand, sacrifice artifact, draw a card. I quite like the idea of this. I mean, strictly speaking, I think the Elixir is the better card. I'm gonna play with this. You know what? I'm just gonna be a bit experimental. I should have taken the Elixir because that's the better card, I think. But I just want to have a bit of fun and try the Trading Post. So this I guarantee. This is definitely going to end up in my deck, regardless of what other cards I'm gonna pick. Just because let's see how it's doing. Okay, so here we've got to show Valor, Dark Favor, and Crippling Blight. So 2 of them are cards that help my creatures, and 1 of them could be a potential removal spell, Albite weak. Given a choice, I'm gonna go for Show Valor, just because I see white might actually be my primary color, and black could be like a secondary color, so I'd rather stack up on white. Plus I like the idea of this being an instance, so I can actually surprise for opponents and hopefully remove some creatures with it. Okay, and Elixir came back to us, so we're actually quite lucky. Did not expect this to wield, but I'll happily take it. Okay, this pack is utterly devoid of anything good for us. So I'm gonna Hate Draft Smelt just because I don't want them to remove our Trading Post or our Elixir. Ravenous Rats. Yeah, I'll take the Rats here. I mean, it's a creature and gives a bit of card advantage over our opponents since he has to discard. Okay, here is absolutely nothing for us. I'll just take the Ghoul, but in all likelihood we'll not be playing with it. Just snatch up the last few cards here, not anything noteworthy to come around. Although Raise is nice. Although Enchantment is quite specific. But if we're up against enchantments like a Market of Empire, I quite like to have an answer. So we're quite happy and lucky that this wielded. Right, so a white-black deck. We got 1 Exalted Creature. Oh, that's not you. Here we go. 1 Exalted Creature. Got 1 guy to deal with his big threats. Philbrin Ghoul is gonna go bye-bye. Ah, nice. Shiny. Shame we didn't have this one. Also, it's Rampage for free. Meh. Yeah, I'm not playing green, so there's no reason for us to take this at all. Right, so seeing this deck, I think there's only, well, technically it's 4 options, I suppose. We got Honor Knight of Glory. It's 2/1 Exalted and Black from Black. We got Angelic Benediction, which would work very well if we're playing an Exalted deck, which I don't think we're going to do. Then there's the Bloodhunter Bat, which gives us something in the air and also steals life for us, just when it comes in, but that's good enough. And I got a War Falcon, which got 1, 2... Okay, we got 2 Knights / Soldiers, so War Falcon is out. Leaves us with Knight of Glory or Bloodhunter Bat. And I think I like the Bat more here. I mean, it's got evasion and does steal a bit of life for us, so I quite like. Oh my god. Just read. It's so good. I mean, since we're playing, well, not strictly like a weenie deck, this should be quite amazing. Other cards are Cowering Fear, Spirit of Removal. We got, if we play Exalt, which we don't want to, 2 bits of Exalted here. Maybe I should take this as a sign, but I'm just going to be stubborn and take the Crusader, the best creature in this deck. Straight out. Oh wow, actually keep on getting the good stuff. Okay, here is a important decision to be made. We can either go for the War Priest, 2/2 and destroys enchantments, although we do always have erase. Or we got Mark of Vampires. This one gets onto the battlefield. I got no response to it. We pretty much win the game. So I think Mark the Vampire is, well, used to be, and not haven't played this for quite a while, but used to be quite heavily underrated. But this is a game winner. I mean, you easily win races, and most matches in M13 are straight races. There's not many burnout spells or anything like that. It's just like creatures. Whoever got the biggest creatures wins. That's pretty much how it is. So Mark the Vampire is excellent. So we're going to take over the War Priest and the Bloodhunter Bat. Hopefully well, I don't think any of them will actually wield. But I'm quite happy with this choice. Right, next, we actually get some really good cards away. We need to make some tough decisions. Right, so we got a 2/2 which can temporarily make another creature of ours flying and attack. But I expect the creatures we're gonna have are gonna be fairly meek. So this is not going to do too much for us unless it's like the final blow. Walking Corpse is vanilla 2/2, nothing to say there. The final verdict is removal, or we got one, but can always do with two. Silent Blood to get some card advantage, or Essence Drain. And given the choice, I think I prefer Essence Drain here. Yeah. I mean, the Fine Verdict is good, but Essence Drain can deal with most creatures in this format. Plus, if our opponents like hold it back, we can just clear them out with Essence Drain and also give some life. Okay, Current Fear. This is an easy pick here. Nothing to talk about really. It's good removal. Other choices, Elixir, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna run with two of them. I got the Glorious Charge. Nothing else to take note of really. Right, here we've got a pack with nothing for us at all. Got like a biggie boom boom here for whoever's playing green. Sure, I'm not gonna play with two. I'm basically gonna hate draft the worm. I don't want that to run into me. Okay, we've got a second Scorpion, which I'll happily take off. I mean, it does mean we kind of play quite a defensive game looking at our cards here. So maybe Exalt Root is not the worst route to go down to, but just Scorpion Death Dodge, happily take that. Bit of wits, right, here we've got Glorious Charge, the only card which actually fits with our deck. Turn to Slag is the best card by far. It's good removal. It used to be amazing in Return to Mirrodin, but we're like way past there. Okay, there's no love for Trading Post, is there? Well, I did promise you guys I'm gonna play with one of them. I'm not gonna play with two of them. That would just be a bit too too ridiculous. So what is here for us? A zombie Goliath. Yeah, I think I just take this then. I mean, it's a bit of a wow. Count Fear actually came around. I'm speechless actually, but yeah, I'll happily take it off people's hands. I mean, you know, if it gets some love in other people's decks, certainly we'll find love here. Right, I'll just take the Great Rise. Glorious Charge came back as well. Yeah, we'll take it. Why not? I won't be playing with it though. With two of them, probably one of them will be more than enough. Right, so only one Glorious Charge maximum. Let's see, 2 Current Spheres, perfect. My Verdict, love it. Mark of Valor, yes. Available Ghoul, I don't think so. And Zombie Goliath is also most likely not gonna make the cut, but it really depends on what cards are gonna come to us. Hopefully, like I don't know, Liliana would be nice. Ajani, Planeswalkers, basically. I like Planeswalkers in my deck, but then again, who doesn't? But I just wait for lost players to pick their final cards, and then we can open last pack and see what it has in store for us. Here we Oh wow, this guy is amazing. I'm quite sorry to actually play blue, because this just spawns 2/2 flyers all over the place. However, we do get a Knight of Infamy, which is the opposite of the Knight of Glory. Other cards here are Sunstrike, I quite like. It's got lifelink, and it helped me quite a lot in the previous drafts. However, it's double white, and since playing a 2-color deck, we can't reliably cast him like turn 2. So I think Knight of Infamy might actually be the better pick here. I mean, we do now, by picking this one, we've got 3... Here I got 3 cards with Exalted, so we might still get Exalted theme in here, but we'll see what happens. Okay, I got Panzer, I've got Harbor Bandit, there's Reds, another mark for Vampires, we got 11 creatures. Yeah, I think Mark of Vampire is definitely gonna do it for us. I mean, why not have like a very big creature? It's dropping and basically gonna win the game for us. But Mark the Vampire is gonna do the exact thing for us, I guarantee it. Alright, so here we've got a Griffin Protector, 2/3 flyer. We got Essence Drain for another bit of removal, and we've got 1, 2. Well, we got 4 pieces of removal. I'm counting Current Fierce removal already in place, so I think I prefer to have the Griffin just to line up our creatures, and this being a flyer and having does a bit of evasion is definitely works in his favor. Okay, Tonic Knight, first strike 2/2, I like it. I prefer this one over the Griffin Protector just because of his first strike ability and the fact we got the Marked Vampire, so even like a 4/4 first strike is most likely going to be quite unbeatable. So 3 Knights, oh wow. Here, oh, this is like a tough one. So we got 2 additional pieces of removal. We've got Public Execution and Planar Cleansing. My mind tells me Public Execution is the way to go because we've got very meek creatures, so we are more likely to have a dominant board presence in terms of creatures. Overall, only 13. So Public Execution should be the pick, but I'm feeling greedy and I'm going to take Planar Cleansing. So you guys can all hate me now. Okay, you've got Rain of Blades. I mean, Coward and Fear is better than Rain of Blades. There's no reason for me to take this because we're not going to play with it. However, Safe Passage, I might see myself yeah, wondering is Safe Passage, does that prevent Planar Cleansing? I think it does. That might be a good, interesting combo to take note of, just in case. Right, so here we only got 2 cards, Vile Rebirth and Disentomb. I don't really see us playing any of these cards, but I'm just going to take a Disentomb just in case we do want to have the Planar Cleansing have like a way to return creature cards to our hand. Right, well, I'll just take another Shade, I think. Okay, so here we got a Guardians or Dark Favor. I mean, I think we are too far away from Exalt to actually make this work, because this would be the 4th creature with Exalted. Yeah, we the 4th one we get. I think Dark Favor might actually, well, work more in our favor. Pun intended. Ho ho ho. Okay, enough of that. Okay, so here we got a Kite Sail. Bit of equipment gives us flying. Evolving Wilds could play, but then again we don't play with 2 colors. I don't actually see the need for us to fetch lands. I don't really see that happen. Right, so you've got the Mischief or Vampire. We're not going to play with any of these cards. I don't like them, just too weak. Fraction Hulk, why not? Right, Fog Effects. Revive, okay, and there we go. Those are all our picks. So let's have a look. Distant Tomb, probably not going to play that. I quite like to have Erase in just in case I do come up against like a nasty bit of enchantment I can't get rid of. Okay, Dark Favor, I'm actually favoring favoring Mark of the Vampire over Dark Favor, so I don't actually see us playing that. This is a possible card. I'm not sure how important it is to have flies on the field. 29 is definitely going to be in there. SS Crusader. Guardians, maybe. Inspired Hero, yes. Safe Passage, yes. 2 of them, I'm not sure yet. Currently, I quite like to have 2 of those in, because they wipe the board on my enemy sides. Or if we attack, we can pretty much, as I kill Giant Scorpion, 2 of them, definitely. Defiant Verdict, excellent removal. Keep in. Flyers, stay in. Liana Shade, not going to play with 2 of those, I think. It's just very mana intensive, and otherwise it's like a 1-1. Unless we commit loads of black to this mana sink. Train Post, as promised, gonna stay in. Zombie Goliath is just horrible. Not playing that. Yeah, I mean, you guys can definitely hate for picking this one. I mean, Execution would be way better in this deck, but I was feeling greedy, so yep. Okay, so this might actually be the deck we end up with. 12 creatures is not that many, but I don't really see any other creature I want to play with. Fraction Hawk isn't the worst, that's for sure. So may want to keep this one in, but then we have to remove something else from our deck. Let's see, Current Fear, I like to keep. Kitesail, that might actually be the other cut we're going to make. Or Erase. Yeah, you know what, I'm basically going to put Erase to the sideboard. I'm going to hope we're not going to run into too many enchantments we need to deal with. But if we do, we can always sideboard in, so that should be fine. So let's see what we work with here. Alexa is going to keep us alive. Kitesail is going to give our creatures a way to get around the enemy. Oops. Show Valor. See, you got Scorpions, Current Fear. Hopefully going to be clear board effect. Okay, especially if, because we did pass quite a few, what's it called? Oh, come on, what's the word? Exalted cards, which have been picked up. So if you get into a Exalted deck, then this will pretty much deal with all the 1 toughness guys and clear the board instantly in our favor. So that's something to look forward to. Right, so Defiant Verdict, got Trading Post, Mark, Essence Drain. So yeah, looking pretty strong here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of removal, 2 bells, because also gives us lifelink. So I got another buff, got Evasion, ways to keep us alive, and the amazing Trading Post. I have no idea yet how I'm gonna put this to use, but I'm sure I'll find a way. Especially like a horde of white goats might be fun to have. So first creature turn. Oh nice, we can actually get stuff back from the we can just sacrifice goats. Sacrifice artifact. Yeah, I like this. I mean, it goes around, you just got a card for life, in case you make 4 goats, you can sacrifice your goat, get artifact back, play artifact, draw a card, and start over again. Nice. It's gonna take 4 turns to get the whole cycle around though, but still. It's nice, I like it. Right, what do you suggest? MTGO. Let's see, we've got double black, no double whites at all, so definitely more black than whites. 9 is going to be enough, I think. Yeah, that should definitely do it. Add to deck, submit deck, I'll see you guys at the first match.